name is Diego Arinso. The aim of this presentation is to show you the flow of machine learning operations. Here, using bank marketing data sets. Of course, you are using Microsoft Azure. So, this is the flow diagram, the flow or architectural flow I used for this project. First of all, first of all, I use Git Bash for authentication. So using AZ login, that is an Azure command. So after going through AZ login, some of your details will be displayed, and also the browser will pop up, and you browser display after authentication. Then from there, you go for an assign service principal. You create a service principal. Then after creating service principals, um, you capture the object ID using client ID for this service principal. Then from there, service principal now has after assigning the workspace, you have to assign the workspace here with this command. Service principal will be now be assigned to a workspace, this bank market workspace. Then next thing I did was I have to clone a starter file from GitHub. Yeah, I went into Azure notebooks and go to the terminal and begin my cloning. Git clone my starter files. Then from there, of course, I have to upload the data sets. After uploading the data sets, I created the data sets for using a URI. Then I created automated ML experiment. Automated ML experiments. I created this is it. Then example, yeah, creating using the data sets. Click on this and bank marketing data sets. Then next, I can then create new experiments. Name it anything I want. Target column is Y. Select the target column for your data sets. Y. Then I'm using compute cluster. Then I select my compute cluster here, which is on. Then next, this is a classification problem. So yes or no, I have to know whether a customer defaulted um, or a customer can default or cannot default. So classification problem. Then you go into you set your configuration settings. Make sure that the explain best best model is highlighted, is clicked. Then you can parametric and select AUC weighted, or it can be accuracy, etc. Then edit criterion. Of course, this is 6 hours. You can reduce 1 hour any amount of hour you want to train your model for. The concurrency here 3, you can increase it up to at least maximum concurrency here that your model concurrency knows. So then you save your settings. Then next, when you click finish, then your AutoML will start running. But I've done this already here. I've done this already here, so it's running already. Then after creating this, your experiments, you go to experiments, you see your AutoML run is completed. But here, you can see the warning here that no scores improved over last 20 iterations. So after the last 20 iterations, it stops. So after the experiment is completed, it also pops up as notification that is finished, complete. And you can see the best model summary of is voting assembly. Then you can look at details about the model there, and you can see that voting assembly, of course, is the best model and some other stuff. Let me go there. Voting assembly, yeah, experiments. I should have put it here. Okay, yeah, yeah. Going to models, yeah, voting assembly. You can select it and you can select it. You can look at the some certain things that are about. You can look at AU and I mean about the details of the assembly details. You can see that several algorithms participated in voting. Assembly algorithms participated in the voting, like I think about seven or so. I think it's nine or thereabout. You can see the parameters here about these are different algorithms and their assembly weights, assemble weight, ensemble. So you can look at the metrics and see the metrics that are there that are involved and see how these performed. Accuracy, AU, macro, AU, micro, etc. So you can look at these like precision, recall, etc. and the likes of them. So you can also see the variables or the features of the customer that's actually performed better. Here, explanation preview. You can see the top four features, example duration, number of employed, employment variability rate, etc. So can go over this and see what's how the statistics. Then next you have to deploy the best model. But this voting assembly, click on deploy the best model and see how you can write the name of your name of the name and the descriptions and also enable authentication. The model deployment is successful after deployment. Then make sure you download the config files from folder to enable you to run some to consume and work with Swagger. Then a Python file. In one of the in the starter files I have, there is something called logs. You run the Python file logs.py. Let's see what is inside here. Logs.py. Okay, yeah, logs.py is basically you have to try to enable enable application insights at the same time. Of course, you have to your name deployment name it should be here, and your logs of course have to be captured. Your workspace is must be there, of course. Um, the next here is look at application insight, see what it entails. And you can see under your endpoints, see application insights URL. You can click on it and see what you can see the information it gives. Field request, server request availability to see how your model is performing. Then you can use Swagger to see your document, helps you to see how you communicate with your API, the endpoints, to see what is the inputs entails. And it's look at here my Swagger, a bank marketing model that I created. Then I deploy, and look at also the post request, how my JSON file is here. And this can be seen here in Swagger UI. Yeah, it's here, the model I created. So next is you run the your have to run a file like endpoints.py, kind of try to predict outcomes. Here the I provided two customer rows, let's say, and it predicted no and no. Two predictions, no, no. You can see, let's look at the endpoint.py. Yeah, you can see here, looking at the JSON file, the inputs. There are two rows here provided. So next is how to look at benchmark to know how my model is performing. Then I have to benchmark my model, my endpoints, to see my response times and thereabouts. Bash benchmark.sh. You can see that the time it takes for the test is 1.399, and it also takes time per request is about 199.915 milliseconds. That is fast. And I think Azure takes about, I think, 60 seconds is the maximum or thereabout. So that is fast response time. Then after which I have to create my pipeline. Creating the pipeline, I using also after create pipeline, publish my pipelines, publish my pipeline, and you can after doing that you can see it appears here. Pipeline is created, but last run not started, and pipeline is created here. Then also using Azure Python SDK, ML SDK, you can see how it's being created. Bank marketing train. And you can see here it's appeared here. Bank marketing trend is created here. Pipeline endpoint is created here. Then after here, you have to look at our data set. You see that my AutoML data set is also included with the AutoML, automated ML, the AutoML that I ran. So REST endpoints, see them here like pipeline AutoML Studio and pipeline REST endpoints. So you can see my REST endpoints here. And of course, after going through the my notebooks by Azure, I remember I'm also running notebook. I and also publishing the endpoint also with Azure and Machine Learning Studio, both of them. You can see that last I have finished status here changed to finished. Of course, the status is active. Last run changed to finished. In both Azure Machine Learning notebooks and the other one. Next here is how to look at the run details when I'm running my pipeline, or maybe running AutoML. You can see how it's going, what's happening, how the model is running, or the algorithms are running. It just provides information. Then endpoints. Looking at my schedule, endpoint schedules, see there. My endpoint schedules are what you have seen previously, pipeline with AutoML and the pipeline REST endpoints. Of course, from here, after everything, you can close you can close this. Okay. When when you finish your experiments, and of course you have also seen my JSON, how my stuff was consumed here. Close the experiment by turning off my going to Azure portal. Can also remove my resource group. Just remove everything, delete everything. Or make sure before then you can make sure you have to turn off your computers and lights of them, delete experiments and lights or the other resources. Yeah, thank you.